Today we're going to lay out the forward wing skin and do the vacuum forming. This is a condensed video. We're going to go step by step, and here we go. When you lay out the skins, mark the 15 1/8 inch cut line, but do not cut it at this time. Add 3/4 of an inch and mark it another color. I used green here. This will make equal lengths for bending. The extra 3/4 of an inch will be trimmed after the bending is complete. We've got our part cut out. We've got all the pilot holes drilled. We've got everything marked on both sides where the bend line is. And we've also measured the distance between the pipe here in relationship to the center line so that we can use a square to get the sides lined up so that the middle of the pipe is lined up exactly over the top of the bend line. What we're going to do is wrap this all up and then use the vacuum to form it. And let me show you some of the close-ups of what we've done. Here you can see the bend reference line here, and the two lines that I made that represent the outside diameter of the pipe. The pipe that I'm using is 1.5 inches Schedule 40 steel gas pipe, which gives it just almost a 2-inch outer diameter. Then what we have is just some pipe straps, and what we'll do is we'll place this right over the center, and then we will take our square and we'll use a square here to get this to line up so it's just right, and then clamp it down. We'll use the square to line up the outside edge with the lines that I've marked. Okay, so now we have the entire piece. The pipe is all attached to the table. Now we're going to bring the two sides together with masking tape and use the vacuum to suck everything together and make the bend. This whole process took me about 10 minutes to complete. When I was finished, I had the tape spaced about 5 inches apart. And here's a view looking down after it's all been taped together. And here's another angle showing how I got the spacing of the tape. I used the every 10 inches of the wing stations and tried to get one other piece of tape in between each of those. Some areas where it was pulling apart, I added a little bit extra tape. Okay, so now we'll start the process of closing everything up, of getting this plastic all closed. Here I'm pulling the plastic over from the far side. I got the hose for the vacuum and placed it in the center of the material. The plastic was just a little bit too long, so I folded it under about 2 inches rather than cutting it off, and then taped it in tabs across
so that it would all be tucked under and lined up. I finished this side by adding a piece of tape all the way across.
Okay, now that we've got the one side pulled over and taped all the way across the bottom, we're going to take the other side and flip it over the top. We'll tape all the way across on the opposite side, and then we'll go to the back and we'll close up the back. Gun and inserted the hose into the end of the form. I've taped it down to the pipe so that it will stay in place. And then this will give you a good look of the side. I taped it all the way across.
Here I'm closing up the end opposite of where the vacuum hose goes inside. I just twisted it over and then folded it back on itself and then wrapped a little bit of tape around it.
On this end, we're going to use a piece of wire to seal this up. And now to go ahead and start the suction.
Well, I had a little problem with the video camera. So here are some stills of the unwrapping of the wing skin. As you can see, it formed up pretty well. Here's a good view down the side. Once I got it all unwrapped and all done and turned over, it was pretty much holding about a 45-degree angle. Here's a good look down the top at the leading edge reference line, which is running right down the middle, right where it should be. And here is a little time lapse of the whole process of both wings.